the seeds of kindness in which will produce charity and love. Now, charity is a 12-step ladder. I, myself, Islam, Islam, Islam. I trust all is well. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. We're going to wait for some people to come in the room. So I'm just going to remove myself from the stage for just myself must learn or relearn, but know a more mature state of mind where I myself must really understand it is this time. First, teach yourself obedience, then you will bless you. 2, teach yourself modesty. Now you'll have no shame. 3, teach yourself gratitude and receive benefits. Number 4, teach yourself charity and you shall gain love. Number 5, teach yourself temperance and you shall have health. Number 6, teach yourself prudence and fortune will attain you. Number 7, teach yourself justice and you shall be honored by the world. Number 8, teach yourself sincerity and your own heart will not reproach you. Number 9, teach yourself diligence and your wealth shall be increased. Number 10, teach yourself benevolence and your mind shall be exalted. Number 11, teach yourself science and your life shall be useful. Honors to George Washington Carver and Benjamin Banneker Bay. Give him his
Why is my voice so slow?
Number 12, teach yourself religion and your death shall be happy. And that's that 12-step ladder you must teach yourself because nobody's coming to save you. I like to give honors to my Father God Allah, the Father of the universe, also the Mother of the virtues, who breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. I give my highest praises to my Father. But I also want to give honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali for bringing us this message of love. And last but not least, I want to give honors to Marcus Mosiah Garvey Bay. Because he was like John was to Jesus.
gotta go
He
back.
purified the way for our prophet to bring us this message of love.
Yeah, man, that recording, I gotta speed it up. So, Islam, Islam, Islam. My friend, my amazing friend that transitioned February 14th of 2024. Big Phrase, an amazing producer, multi-platinum, multi platinum nominated, Grammy nominated producer for everyone you could think of, from her to Mario to Kim. Like, that's my buddy. And so he always wanted me to speak the prophet's words behind a beat. Now that was the last part of what I did, but I actually did the Holy Covenant of the Asiatic Nation, and he gave an amazing beat. So I'm gonna have to play that for y'all. But this was like a year or so ago, maybe 2 years. It was actually 2 years ago that he did that song, and we did it. And I went to the studio and everything. Um, and he just always was enforcing me to like get on the mic. Come on, Tay, you can teach these things with some beats. We can make some beats, and you can teach these lessons to beats. All right. So that's what inspired that whole situation of the Asiatic Covenant and also the 12-step ladder of teaching yourself those different instructions, prudence and modesty, and all of that's in the 12-step ladder, right? Islam. So he was able to do that. And let me see what's going on. Islam live the background. What does that mean? Live the background. What's that mean? Tell me what that means. Live the background. I don't know why it's not showing who these people are that's saying anything. Usually it says something, but I don't see it. Not sure what's going on. But actually, if you decide to come on, just put yourself in the back and I will bring you up to the front. But yes, I wanted to play a little bit of that. It didn't really get to go in the way I wanted it to from the beginning of that song so that you could really hear it. And so, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, right? So we're going to talk about some things before we get this meeting started. So I'm going to open the meeting and then I'm going to give y'all some announcements that I want to talk about that I wasn't able to talk about on Friday. Islam. Oh, thank you, Islam. Yes, that's the Drew Ali experience. That is the logo for the Drew Ali experience. It is something I came up with. What is it? Has it been 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago, I came up with that and wanted to start doing things because I was doing festivals for an amazing sister here in Atlanta at Tassili's Raw Reality. I was helping her put on events, her Healer's Alchemy, and different events like the Wizards of Raw, and getting experience in how to create festivals, how to set them up, how to get them going. Like, was a great, great opportunity for me. And so that's why I was like, how can we always represent Prophet Noble Drew Ali? So I was like, let me come up with an experience. So that was my thing. I had spoke with a sister that I used to be in the temple with, and I had told her, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come up with the Drew Ali experience. And that's where it came from. It actually came from a conversation on the phone. So the Drew Ali experience is specifically to help us remember who we are, but also bring us together in a way where we could create finance amongst one another, just as a people, not just as Moorish Americans, but all of our people to be able to come together and see what that looks like. Because the economics, we need that so badly, Finance, we need it badly. Never so badly have we needed it. Islam. So, yes, we're going to talk about that today. Islam, Islam, Islam. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Can we all stand as we recite our Moorish American prayer? We put 5 fingers on the left, 2 on the right with our heels touching one another. Repeat after me. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation. By night and by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. Islam. Islam. I would like to first rise and give the highest praises to our Father God Allah, the Father of the universe. the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Also rising, giving the highest praises to Allah, the mother of the virtues and the harmonies of life that breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. Mother and father are important. Islam. I rise and give honors to all our prophets. I rise and give honors, the highest honors, holy honors to our illustrious and divine prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I want to rise and give honors to all the divine prophets that brought us all these wonderful works. Islam. So giving honors to each and every one of you here today. Honors to all Muslims all over the world, all of our people all over the world, whether you subscribe to Black, whether you subscribe to African American, we're all Moors, we're all Muslims, Islam to you all. That's the way I look. We're a family of nations. So we are going to get into that Islam. Oh, wait. So we're going to do some announcements first before I go into the lesson. Because Friday we didn't really get to talk about the announcements. So we're going to start doing what we call crash mobbing, where we want to bring all of our Asiatic, aka Black businesses owned by women, brothers, whatever, and be able to advertise you and speak about you on the platforms, so that somehow we can create some energy flowing where people can find you. You might have things that they want to purchase, but we need to start supporting each other in those ways. So that's what we will be doing for the Uniting of Asian Sisters Auxiliary. We will be doing a lot of that too. So if you have a business you want to shout out, you want us to shout out a product, anything like that, inbox us, me, Joya, Sister Vashira, Sister Jasmine. You can inbox any of us or just go to the Uniting of Asian Sisters Auxiliary Facebook page and inbox us. We're looking for talent because we are going to have a theater department. I don't like to call it a drama department, but a theater department. Also, we will have a music department that's going to help our children so we can learn instruments and all of these things. So it's a lot of stuff we have in the works. And just to get you guys ready, that the sisters are really doing some amazing things behind the scenes. I'm really excited to support each and every one of them in all that they do. Whether they write, sing, dance, act, whatever it is, I'm excited. So, the arts is something that the arts is us. If it wasn't for the arts, I probably wouldn't have graduated from high school, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for cosmetology being in the basement, if it wasn't for cheerleading, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows where my life would have been? But those were things I was very interested in and wanted to do. So they were there, and that's what kept me. That's what kept me there. And so, wanting to bring all that back, you know what I'm saying? Homeschools, all of that, like, it's necessary and it's possible. Islam. So I'm going to read the laws first, and then I'm going to go into these announcements that I want to make about some different events coming up. And we have to start supporting each other in our events. That's the only way that we can move as a nation. That's the only way we're going to make it as a nation of people. If we learn how to support each other, stop hating on each other. You've hated for too long. It's time to love. Islam. Let's make sure I can see these words. Islam. Salvation, Allah, unity, the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Divine Constitution, and bylaws. Islam to you too. Thank you so much for that compliment, Islam. Happy Sunday to you. Look at Royal Islam. I appreciate that. The Moorish Science Temple of America, the Divine Constitution and bylaws. Act 1, the Grand Sheikh and the chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2, all meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7. And love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest because on a Friday, the first man was formed in flesh. And on a Friday, the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Islam. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, Black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained the noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and partial of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, through the guidance of his Father God, Allah. Islam. 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 Oh, let me put this guesting. Excuse me, y'all. I gotta put this guesting up over here. On there. What am I doing? My apologies. There we go. There we go. Islam. So now we're gonna go into the additional laws for Moorish Americans by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. By the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam. Act 1. The Grand Sheikh is the governing head of our temple. All business of said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali before being acted upon by any member. Let it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause the member to sacrifice finance, that will cause the support of any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under a heavy restriction, etc. by the Prophet or the Grand Sheikh. Act 2. All members are to attend their ADAB meetings and their public meetings promptly. If a member is found standing around on their meeting period, shall be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second case will be fined $1, which will go on your emergency fund. If member is working, his monthly dues must be paid, and if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund, because it takes finance to uplift the nation. Act 3. It is the lawful and divine duty of every good member, if he is able, in finance, to aid me in saving the nation. And if he does not, he is an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people. And justice must catch you, let it be he or she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. As I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Islam. Act 4. All members, while up making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school and the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire and let every member exercise his 5 senses who is able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guiders of the nation. Act 6, with us all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, Black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. We're all his people. I'm talking to each and every one of y'all out there. We are all his people. To come and redeem us from our sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Islam. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and partial of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, through the guidance of his father God, Allah. Islam. How are you guys today in the world of social media? I trust you guys are doing well. That's just extending out blessings to you in your day. I have to find out where my people are at. I don't know. Somehow StreamYard has really come off of life. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. But they'll come on. They'll all be here soon. We'll get into these announcements. They may have some when they come on. So I want to give everyone their chance to, do their thing. And give me 1 second. I'm trying to find. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, I got the link. Right on, Islam. I will be on as soon as I finish my class. I'm going to go and visit another Sunday school. I'm probably make half of my Sunday school, but I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to do this one first because it's important. Where is Jasmine? Looking for Jasmine. I can't find Jasmine. There she goes. So, and I'm not sure. Somebody may be trying to come in. They may be in the back. I don't know. I can never tell what's going on. No, we ain't doing that. Okay, we're not doing that one either, right? All right, so let me get to this, these announcements, and then whoever comes in, if they have some announcements, we'll let them come in and give you guys all of that. Islam. All right, so hey, Mama Witherspoon, Islam, so good to see you in here. I'll just bring you up just in case you have anything, you might have something to say, a measure, or give us some knowledge, because we always love to hear from wisdom. Wisdom is our elders that could come and give us this wisdom. It's always so important because we think we know it and we don't. And I'm like, unless you sat down with the elders and sit at their feet and really learn, you really don't know because you haven't been here, so you don't know. All right. So the title to our Sunday school today is How to Get Past Our Past Disappointments. We're going to talk about that and a few other things that were listed in the description of the video. We are still going to subscription. We're just waiting for Facebook to finish the approval process. So we will be going to subscription very soon. I think it took 7 days, 7 to 10 days or something. So we will. So I hope you guys can enjoy this now. And we look forward to you coming and subscribing to the Sisters Auxiliaries YouTube and Facebooks and all that everyone does, subscribing to the channels and just getting good information from the sisters, because we have a lot of stuff coming, a lot of different modalities to move this thing, and I love it. So I want to talk about an event that's coming up, and it's actually coming up November the 24th. Matter of fact, I have to do this because we sometimes forget about my Instagram family. And I can't forget about my Instagram family because Instagram, I'm gonna be honest, I have gotten more customers from Instagram than any of these platforms. Instagram and Pinterest. Yes, Instagram and Pinterest. And I need to give them some love because I don't always get to give them love over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't always get to give them love, but we're going to give them some love in today. We're going to love on them today too, because I want to talk about this event we have coming up here in Atlanta on November the 24th. Now, this is not the flyer that is on, where are you at? Social media right now. Go back on social media right now, but there is a page and it's called Taste of Africa. The Taste of Africa is going to be November 24th, 2024. TikTok, y'all see that? Here in Atlanta, Georgia. Instagram. The tickets are $15. I want to talk a little bit about the Taste of Africa. So it's being hosted by the Grand Governor of Georgia, Brother Sheikh E. Gates Bay. E. Gates Bay. For Temple 21 here in Georgia in Atlanta. And so he's the host of this event. It's to rediscover our African culture. So from the way we ate, these type of things, bringing all that back, right? Food, music, lecture, all of that is going on. And that day, I will be able to present, because I'm the MC for this event on the 24th. And so I will be introducing two of my amazing teachers, two of them. Two of these Johns, I told y'all that John degree stay in my life. That John degree stays on me. So my teacher, John Keenan Bay, he will be doing the Moorish American prayer and also giving he's going to be demonstrating some of the history of Moorish science and all of that. All of this will be, device is not connected. Joy saying your device ain't connectable, but they will be, he will be doing that and giving some background on the Moors and things like that. E. Gates Bay, Grand Governor E. Gates Bay, he's going to do the Taste of Africa, the aims and the goals for the Taste of Africa. Then we're going to have Akhenaten Amin-Ra Bay, which is my other John teacher. He's going to be teaching on culture vultures. Then we have Raymond, and I don't want to mess his last name up. Ejeka Mimayowa. I know I messed that up. Bridging the cultural gap. And then we have Ross Marvin from Negro to African. And then, of course, we'll have a closing. We're also going to be presenting some restaurants that are here, or even people that do catering jobs that will come and cook for you, meal preps. And we're going to take it back to that, the culture of how we ate healthy, the more healthier way that we ate. Because with that, it helps in whatever you're trying to aid in healing or help to heal. That is one. The thoughts, you got to change that too. It can't just be, because I put the food in my mouth or because I put these supplements in my mouth that it's all done. If your thoughts haven't changed and haven't shifted into these things, then they're worthless, because your thoughts have to change on what you put in your body, how you treat yourself, giving yourself grace, resting. All of these things play a role in it, Islam. So to get back to this, and it's going to be at the Amanala Griot Museum at 337 Dargon Place in Atlanta, Georgia. It is a museum that is owned by Asiatics. It's beautiful in there. It has everything. You can even see the Moorish flag and the what is it, a quilt or something. It was a quilt that was made and it has all these flags on it. Beautiful place. Y'all have to come see it. Islam. And so Islam, I can't see who's in the chat. It's not giving me no name. So I'm not ignoring anyone, but I don't even know who is who. It's not giving me no names or nothing. I apologize if I'm not saying Islam to you, but Islam definitely, I just don't know what's going on. I'm not seeing names or anything over here in the comments. So yeah, so this is what this is going to be about. Vendors are welcome. So if you want to vend, the vending is $35. To the restaurants we're going to have 4. We're going to have Greenhouse Foods. We're going to have Mai Poke. We're going to have Vibes Treats, Vibe Eats. Oh, I hope I'm saying that right. That's my sister Brittany, that the farmer. We're gonna do that. And yeah, probably this vegan wing spot that just opened. So those will be the 4 restaurants we will. Like, we want to put a spotlight on these people. And so it's for them to come to be able to build their business, build their business up, get new clients, people to come and check them out, just a way to help build us back. Like I said, it's important. That's why I created the Drew Ali experience, so that we can have the experience of learning how to circulate our money. So these things are specifically for that too. So if you want to vend, please let me know. It's not expensive to vend at all. Not expensive to vend. You can do Cash App. If you want tickets, you could go on the Facebook page. There's an Eventbrite. You can purchase tickets from there. But that's what the Taste of Africa is about. And I want to give you kind of a breakdown, because I'm the MC of this Taste of Africa. There are some amazing things that this has to offer. So I wanted to talk about the mission. The mission of the Taste of Africa, to make Africa good again. November 24th, 2024. Mission is to cause good, peace, and happiness from the prosperity and the uniting of Africa. The aims and goals of Taste of Africa is to reestablish cultural and blood relations and build a collective divine African worldwide unity. Teach our people that other groups, Africans, have a homeland whose modern name is Africa. It is the home that God gave to physical man, the Garden of Eden. Allah gave us a land, undivided, no boundaries, and mankind was in harmony, was one, undivided with Allah. Teach that this divine unity was not made by man here on earth. This divine unity was made by Allah in heaven, and Allah is the love that binds. We will teach that there is but one way for the nations of the earth to have peace, and that is by teaching and practice of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Also, we will encourage the effective use of good government, social duties, of reciprocal helps, and mutual obligation throughout the African diaspora. We will ask all in attendance to commit to the divine covenant of peace on earth and goodwill to men. May Allah bless us all. May Allah bless us all. So we know, as a Sisters Auxiliary, we are the uniting. Oh, here she comes. The uniting of Asia Sister Auxiliary. Islam, sis.
Islam.
How are you? We are the good. You look beautiful. We are the Sisters Auxiliary, Uniting of Asia Sisters Auxiliary. And that's, that helps us bring all different people together. It's not just about because you're a Moorish American Muslim in a temple. It's really about all people sisters being able to join together, regardless of their background, regardless of any of that. Islam, that's what we're there for. Islam. Let me see. I want to also put this up because I feel this is important. I know also unnecessary, but half the time we can't even keep the peace amongst ourselves. Oh, there it is. This is Governor Gates Bay actually created this also. It is a contract for peace. Contract for peace. It's a peace day for Georgia. So even when you're coming here for this event, we would love if you would take the time to fill this out. And it's just to say, holding each other accountable. we're holding each other accountable in so many ways. So the contract for peace is just to desire peace, prosperity, and unity for my family, community, the Asiatic people, and the Asiatic nation. I hereby commit myself to preserve peace and prevent all forms of violence by my people to my people, and to ensure a safe community for all people. I pledge my life to this principle of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, that peace and may happiness and may happiness dwell in the home, public streets, and the nation. And then it gives a day and where you can sign and do all that. So we just got to be held accountable at times. We get away with too much of not being held accountable. So that's why he has come up with that. And I think it's a really great thing. Islam. So Sister Joya, would you you have any announcements? Oh, I can't hear you. Where are you at? Oh, your mic is muted.
Sorry, I think you covered everything, sis, to be honest.
Okay. So I guess we can get into it. Would you like to rise and give honors first before we start?
Yes, I rise and giving honors to Mother, Father, Allah for our continued blessings, our fresh ideas, all the support that we've been getting moving forward with the message and the mission. I give thanks for our coming and going yesterday. I give honor to my parents, my family, my extended family, and community. Islam.
Islam, beautiful, beautiful. Would you like to read from the Circle 7? Do you have your literature with you? Would you like to read from anything, or you want me to read from and you give your measure?
Sure, I'll just give my measure because I might be up and down. I'm at work.
I'm sure,
so
right?
If I fade out, just fade me out.
It's all right. It's all right. I understand. We're doing this, and you know what? Allah is so grateful that you even take the time to do it. Even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's the fact that it's being done.
Islam.
So I'm going to say this. On Friday, I attended not only our Friday Holy Day, but I attended 2 others. So I went to another one. I sat with Sister Vashira in hers, and then I went to my own. And wow, how everyone was on the same vibration almost. Like everyone was almost on the same vibration. So in Vashira's class, it was about weakness. Islam. That's what the chapter was about. And it was many great points on weakness. So I'm going to read weakness all the way through. If you want to stop me, you can stop me if you have time. But there's one that I want to concentrate on that is it blew my mind when I was sitting in the class and I really started looking at it. Islam, the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, chapter 42. Holy instructions from the Prophet, weakness. Vain and inconstant as thou art, O child of imperfection, how canst thou be weak? Is not inconstancy connected with frailty? Can there be vanity without infirmity? Avoid the danger of the one, and thou shalt escape the mischiefs of the other. Wherein art thou weak? Wherein art thou most weak? That's a question. In that wherein thou seemest most strong. In that wherein most thou glorieth, even in possessing the things which thou hast, and using the good that is about thee. Are not thy desires also frail? Or knowest thou even what it is that thou wouldest wish? When thou hast obtained what most thou soughtest after, behold, it contented thee not. Wherefore loses the pleasure that is before thee its relish? And why appeareth that which is yet to come the sweeter? Because thou art wearied with the good of this? Because thou knowest not the evil of that which is not with thee. Know that to be content is to be happy. Couldst thou choose for thyself, would thy Creator lay before thee all that thy heart could ask for? Would happiness then remain with thee, or would joy always dwell in thy gates? Well, I want to stop right there on 5 real quick, if we can build on that one. Couldst thou choose for thyself, would thy Creator lay before thee all that thy heart could ask for? Would happiness then remain with thee, Or would joy always dwell in thy gates? So if we always got everything we asked for, because we ask for a lot, like our heart, we'd be like, I want this, I want this. Would we be content with that? Will we remain with joy within us? If we just got everything we got, we just got laid out in front of us. We had to work, we had to not work for it at all.
Islam says,
Go ahead.
because we have that duality of higher self and lower self, it goes back to human nature.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you get something and you reach satiation, meaning it's not new, it's not, your senses aren't engaged anymore, you want more, you want something else. So it takes a very balanced, disciplined soul not to be moved by these earthly things, these material things, and these different even states of consciousness, remaining neutral and unattached. It's possible, but it ain't easy. Islam.
Islam, strong. Islam, that's right. Oh, it's not easy, but it's possible. Alas, thy weakness forbiddeth it, thy infirmity declareth against it. Variety is to thee in the place of pleasure, but that which permanently delighteth must be permanent. When that is gone, thou repenteth the loss of it, though while it was with thee, thou despisest it. So, like you were saying, we can get stuff, and because the newness don't wear off, it's like a new toy. The newness has worn off. You don't even want it no more. You're like, dang, what else can I have now? Islam. So, go ahead. You were gonna say something?
I'm listening.
Okay. So, we just, I don't know. It's like I could say this for myself. I have truly been that way. I have learned to become very content with what I have and enjoy even the smallest things. It hasn't been an easy road, but I had to learn to let go of those things because Allah would take them, snatch them, like, yep, I gave it, but I'm snatching. You need to know what this feels like. Go through some pain, go through something. It can't always be easy. And I'm not saying that it's supposed to be easy, but not understanding what being happy to toil meant. Just complaining about my toil and complaining. So even though as much as I would call for it and the variety of it, I could do this, I could do that, still doesn't make me, it's like I couldn't hold on to that in the way I need permanently. So losing everything and losing a lot has taught me to be content with the smallest things. And I'm grateful for that. I always say that's what my journey has been for.
I said, absolutely. I feel like you feel. Like it wasn't until I lost everything around me that I appreciated every little thing. And it shouldn't take that. It shouldn't come to that. But I believe that's what the Creator thought or felt that I needed that experience to that degree. Just be stripped.
I promise, of everything, like literally, where you're looking, your back is against the wall, you're like, all right, and it ain't time to be weak at that point. You gotta really pull up your pants and be like, I can't be weak. I gotta be strong, because where I am weak, what does it say biblically? It say, where I am weak, he is strong. Jesus loves me, this I know, and the Bible tells me so. Right? When I'm weak, he is strong. Totally. So you can look at that from our brother Jesus. Wherever we're weak, he can be strong for us. We can depend on that to lean on. When that is gone, thou reapest the loss of it, though while it was with thee, thou despisest it. That which succeedeth it hath no more pleasure to thee, and thou afterwards quarreleth with thyself for preferring it. Behold, the only circumstance in which thou arrest not. Oh man. Yes, you be wanting something bad. Even if it's a relationship, a person, a thing, you be like, just want to be loved, like for real. And you'll get mad because you'll quarrel with yourself for preferring it, being like, I shouldn't have went with this. I know this ain't how I rock. Why did I settle for this? I settled for this because I wanted something so bad. But now it's nothing but a quarrel with inside myself. I'm doing nothing but fighting myself. That's the only way, right? And that's the only circumstance in which we arrest not. This weakness is serious. Is there anything in which thy weakness appeareth more than in desiring things? It is in the possessing and in the using of them. Good things cease to be good in our enjoyment of them. What nature meant pure sweets are sources of bitterness to us. Who them bitters? Them bitters are good for us though, ain't they, Julia? Them bitters are good.
Absolutely. The strongest animal out there, which is the gorilla, thrives on bitters. They eat more bitters than anything. I think that's all they eat is bitters.
That's all they eat is bitters? Wow. Islam. Yes.
Bitters purify the blood as well.
Islam. So that would make sense why Prophet Noble Drew Ali did teas and tonics and these compounds and all of the amazing things that he offered to the nation. Islam.
And actually, the name Mary, the etymology of Jesus' mother, her name means bitter. Mary, myrrh, bitter.
Ooh. Wait, throw that at me one more time. Throw it at me one more time.
The etymology of Mary, what the name means, the Hebrew, means bitter. Bitter.
Okay. From our delights arise pain, from our joy sorrow. Be moderate in the enjoyment, and it shall remain in thy possession. Let thy joy be founded on reason, and its end shall sorrow be a stranger. That's a powerful one. That's a powerful one. Be moderate in the enjoyment, and it shall remain in thy possession. So be moderate. It's even when we're anything, house, car, person, experience it. Don't try to own it. Just have the experience of it. And having that experience will mean more to you than having an attachment to it, to where if it hurts your feelings or you lose it, then it's like, oh, I'm broken on the inside, you know.
Right. Not getting so excited, not being so easily moved and excitable, because, you know, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, and you got to remain on your square.
Islam is at all times. Islam. That's beautiful. The delights of love are ushered in by sighs, and they terminate in languishment and dejection. The objects thou burdeneth for nauseates with satiety, and no sooner hast thou possessed it, but thou art weary of its presence. Join esteem to thy admiration, unite friendship with love, so shalt thou find in the end content so absolute that it surpasses raptures, tranquility, more worth than ecstasy. That is so important. Let me say this. It's like you and me. Our friendship is so, it's so strong. It is like, this is a spiritual friendship though. We are more so connected in that way. Are you frozen? Oh, you are frozen. Wow.
Hold on, I'm coming back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So in
okay.
Our friendship,
am I back now?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
What? Yep, you are. You're back. Our friendship. You know, we've had our moments with each other. We've had but that has built us up to be nothing but stronger in friendship, though. Yes. Sometimes you have to go through those things in order for you to really realize how important you are to one another.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, beyond just friends, family, sister, like, hey, you don't know somebody till you fall out with them.
I know I stupid crazy. I mean, me too.
Oh Lord, me too. Me too. And I'm so glad we can look back and laugh at that. That was wild.
Yeah, that was wild. That didn't even make no sense. That didn't even make no sense.
Make no sense.
For no reason. But that's, you know what, it was probably meant because that's why we're so strong. And I don't think
my daddy always he said tooth and tongue fall out, but they need each other.
Islam, sis, talk about it. Yes. I love it. And it's just so good to have friends. You know what I'm saying? To know what that is to have one, and with the love, and we be content with it. Like there's no end to this. You know what I'm saying? It's worth more than ecstasy, period. In any of your friendships and relationships, friendships with males, females, regardless, you know, they're important. And I love them because I'm gonna be honest. I'm the type of person I love everybody. I tell everybody I love them because I do. I love everybody. Even if you do me dirty, people have done just the worst thing, and I still love them. I
Yeah.
still be cordial with them. I'm gonna still love on them and So
Yep.
I don't expect it back. I just know that's what I need to extend out. So
And when you really truly love someone, even if the relationship you thought you wanted with them dissolves and you don't see them for a long time, whatever, come what may, that love is still there because real love is authentic and it's not quantifiable. It's not
Islam,
confined to space and time either.
it is not.
Unconditional.
Not. No, it's
Mhm.
not. No, it's not at all. Okay, fix this. Come on. Oh, come on. You know what? This thing.
What's going on with it?
Girl, TikTok, you after you've been on here for so long, you got to do the puzzle piece to make it come back on.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't put the puzzle piece in there correctly, it won't go in. It'll cut out. It'll make you say you did it wrong. So my apologies. But yes, back to what you were saying. It's wrong. Just being content with that. Like you said, that friendship, that love, whether it goes the way you want it to or not, you should still be able to be friends, if nothing else. You know what I'm saying? That's maturity to me.
Yes,
Allah has given thee no good without its admixture of evil. But he has given thee also the means of throwing off the evil from it. So he's given us good. To me, it's up to you which side you decide to go with. Because if he gave you the means to throw it off, you have a choice. You have the will to change it. Islam. As joy is not without its alloy of pain, so neither is sorrow without its portion of pleasure. Joy and grief, though unalike, are united. Our own choice only can give them to us entirely. That's why I'm just saying our will to do. That's more or less what it's saying. It's up to you. Melancholy itself often giveth the light, and the extremity of joys are mingled with tears. The best things in the hands of a fool may be turned to his destruction, and out of the worst, the wise will find means of good. Islam?
Islam.
You want to say something on that one?
No, I'm listening to you, Minister.
All right. The best things in the hands of a fool may be turned to his destruction. So sometimes we want to obtain these things, these physical things, material things, but it actually destroys us. We were having a conversation the other day when I said, yeah, Joy, you remember I was like, you could be in Atlanta, they could be driving Bentleys, driving all the amazing cars, but they turn in that corner, that's where they sleep at night, that's where they live. That's what they put all of their attention to, is this thing.
Wow. That's what's important to them.
Yeah. It'll be their destruction, because then they're trying to figure out how to keep that up. How can I keep up? I don't know who the Joneses are, because all the Joneses I've ever known, they never had no money. My friends with Jones on their back of their name and had no money. So
those things become their idol. Those things become their idol. They idolize these material things and start making sacrifices to keep those things and accommodate them.
Yeah, and it's sad. But out of the worst, the wise will find means of good. So we are those people. Out of the worst, Joya, we can find the best. Yesterday we just said, let's go. Whatever. Yep. We don't know. We like a little gas money in the pocket. Let's go. Let's go see what we can do. Let's go see what we can feel. You know what I'm saying? So we took that, but we didn't look at it. We knew, first of all, that was a spur of the moment. Just go.
It felt great. I'm so glad we made that trip, because it's going to lead to some important connections. I believe it was good to get that ocean air to breathe, that ocean air to taste that fresh food that has just come from the earth, and to see our people clothed in different culture. I like that culture, the element of culture that we experience. I want more of that.
Yes, we need more of that. That's why I said
we're going to go to that
water. I told the water. We're going to go to that water and put that white on. Because I'm going to
Yep.
finish watching The Daughters of the Dusk. I'm finished
Oh
watching
yeah.
them. That's
It's beautiful.
Yellow
It was just
Mary,
late.
something else.
Yellow Mary, baby.
Boy, Yellow Mary was something else, boy. Yes, I can't wait to see it. Y'all, this is my favorite instruction in this chapter. Because every time I read it, and when I read it the other night, it really just stuck to me. So 18 says, so blended is weakness in thy nature, O man, that thou hast not strength either to be good nor to be evil entirely. Rejoice that thou canst not excel in evil, and let the good that is within thy reach content thee. Let me tell you something. That's something I dealt with horribly. Oh my goodness.
You said horribly.
I mean,
Wait a minute.
I'm a good papa. Boy, you made me mad. Oh Lord, it's over. I had to learn how not to do that. Like, don't respond
Yeah,
to it, leave it alone. Let
we got to
it
be
go.
cool.
Huh?
I said we got to be cool. You know.
Yes, yes, totally. I'm still learning, you know what I'm saying? But no, those evil thoughts have left me. Like, I'm gonna say a couple of years ago when I had to break up with the person for a year. I think all the evil thoughts, I said, I should not be talking to nobody like this. Like, please, I should
Mhm.
not speak to anyone in these ways. I just felt like I kept coming
Mhm.
out my character, like, oh, we gotta shift this back. But I understand why that person was there, because I needed to grow from that. I needed him there for
Mhm.
me to grow from that, to really be like, all right, you can not be cutting people up with your words and your tongue. Islam.
Yeah, that's important. Mhm.
So I let the good that is within my reach content me. I don't try to sit there and just say I'm all the way good, no, and not trying to always, because it's, I mean, it's the admixture that's still gonna be in me, and I'm still working on it. Islam.
Islam.
The virtues are allotted to various stations. Seek not after impossibilities, nor grieve that thou canst not possess them all. The virtues are allotted to various stations. Seek not after impossibilities. And Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, I came back to show you the possibilities. Jesus said, I came back to show you the possibilities,
Right.
not impossibilities. And we seek after impossibilities and then be mad because we can't get it
Mhm. Mhm.
and possess it all.
Yeah, that to me sounds like escapism, and I believe this society is addicted to escapism. That's the
It's,
problem. And we're
it's
using social media to
mhm.
facilitate escapism instead of dealing with self.
Facts. Islam. Yes. Social media is the mask, so you ain't got to deal with yourself.
Mhm.
Because we could put on for social media. You could, man, I can make this room look like I am in, who knows, Paris.
Anywhere, right.
Anywhere. I can tell you anything on this thing. But the real part, like we say, Joya, you never know nobody till you live with them. So they could put on for these screens like it's just all beautiful and great. But we don't know,
Baby.
you know? All right.
Yes.
Islam. What is thou at once have the liberty? Oh, shoot. Would thou at once have the liberty of the rich and the contentment of the poor? Oh. Shall the wife of thy bosom be despised because she showeth not the virtues of the widow? What do you
Mm.
think about that?
Can you read that one more time, sister?
Yes. Wouldst thou at once have the liberty of the rich and the contentment of the poor? Shall the wife of thy bosom be despised because she showeth not the virtues of the widow?
Whoa, it's like, okay, first off, it's like I got a visual of a woman that has not learned gratitude because she ain't lost nothing. She has everything. She has her husband. She has her life. She doesn't know anything. She can't imagine life past not having all these things,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because that can make you a different person. That suffering brings out virtue, you know, like that
Mm-hmm.
pain, like that diamond in the rough, going through that process of feeling that pressure of not having or whatever it is, come what may in life, will bring out the diamonds, will bring out the virtues and in character.
Islam. Okay. If thy father sink before thee in the division of thy country, Can at once thy justice destroy him, and thy duty save his life? If thou behold thy brother in the agonies of slow death, is it not mercy to put a period to his life? And is it not also death to be his murderer?
Wow. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need to look at that like with my own eyes. There's so much there, and take it apart. But please give a measure, because I'm not prepared.
If thou beholdest thy brother in the agonies of slow death, is it not mercy to put a period to his life? And is it not also death to be his murderer?
That right there, I can't judge what others have done. And if it's me looking at my brother going through the tribulation of what looks like death, I don't know. But then I've seen some people recover from some desperate situations and live. If I put that energy into trying to save them instead of trying to end their life, because I don't have that kind of authority. I don't feel.
Islam. I feel you on that too. No, I don't. And is it not also death to be his murderer? Because pretty much your thoughts have really, done that. Your thoughts have pretty much caused you to be his murderer, because the way you're thinking about your brother and not uplifting him and not assisting in the toils of life.
You going in fear. You're making bad decisions based on fear.
Islam. Truth is but one. Thy doubts are of thy own raising. He who made virtues what they are planted in the knowledge of their preeminence. Act as thy soul dictates to thee, and the end shall always be happy. So, truth is but one. Truth is Allah. Allah is At. Truth is the holy breath. We just gotta go. That's truth. Truth never changes or passes away. No matter how much you don't want the truth, how much you can't handle the truth is the truth. And it's not going to change or pass away based off of your feelings. It's just not. That's why he has planted in thee a knowledge of their preeminence. The doubts that are of your own raising of your doubts. Even what we're seeing going on right now with the election, people are in such doubt. They're doubting everything, and then they're blaming other people when we don't need to blame. We don't need to push the blame on anyone. We need to work together. Like at the end of the day, we need to work together. Islam says. So the end shall always be right. I'm not sure if you are about to go, but I'm going to give a little measure on weakness. If you would like to give a measure first, or do you feel you've said enough?
I'm going to listen to you, and when you get done, if I could think of anything, but I'm here.
Okay, Islam. So, John the Harbinger, right? Verse 19, he prepares Israel to meet their king. So, I'm going to go to the chapter with John the Harbinger. Where's my guy? John the Harbinger came to teach us. That's chapter 14, the ministry of John the Harbinger. Verse 19, prepare, O Israel, prepare to meet your king. Right? He was preparing us. He went to the market. He came out of the hills, went down to the market. Everybody in the market doing their thing, grabbing their stuff. We talking about these physical material things, and they ain't paying attention to him. They're like, who is it? What he doing? What he talking about? He ain't even talking about nothing. Girl, grab me that shirt over there and that jewelry. They ain't paying no attention to John, because he don't look the part. He's not dressed up enough for you. He's not, none of that. He just, so you think he smells funny. You think all of these things, but not even, you're constantly looking at the messenger, not listening to the message. And that's the problem what's going on in the world right now.
Yep. Because John would be looking like a wild man.
Wild man of the hills. That's what they called him. He was a hermit. He was to himself. You know what I'm saying? So he's coming out to help. And then in 20 it says, so you have lived in sin. The poor cry in your streets, and you regard them not. Your neighbors, who are they? You don't even know your neighbor. Your neighbor you could live in an apartment and don't even know the person next to you. You don't even know their name.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, we knew the whole block. My grandma's house, you knew the whole entire that side of the street all the way around, because you can't be outside acting up because she don't know. You don't know these neighbors.
Mm-mm.
You have defrauded friends and foes alike. So even when you're seeing people charging their brothers and sisters for paperwork, doing things like that, you can't defraud your people. That's going to come back for you. It's going to come back.
Right.
You worship Allah with voice and lip, but your hearts are far away and set on gold. You're so caught up in the material world as they're in this marketplace. They so caught up in the material world, they can't hear John. They can't see John. They ain't think about John. Your priests have bound upon the people burdens far too great to bear. They live in ease upon the hard-earned wages of the poor. We see that. Even through movements and organizations, they get the money, they got the money, and you don't see them no more. That can happen in anywhere, right? But they put the burdens on the people. A lot of times you're going in there to pay your tithes, because I remember I was that person, pay my tithes every Sunday. No matter if I had it or not, if I had to write a check for what I didn't have, but I knew the 10% needed to come out what I done spent to my bills to help the children, right? Sometimes I didn't even have it. Sometimes my check would bounce on my tithes because I needed that 10% to go to the next week.
Right.
So when that, that's harder. That's what they do. They live in ease upon the hard-earned wages of us, off of our backs of working still. You say this was built on the sweats of our back. It still is being built off the sweats of our back. Islam.
Mm-hmm. Islam.
But that has not changed. They toil not, neither do they spin, yet they consume the profits of your marts of trade. Your rulers are adulterers, extortioners, and thieves, regarding not the rights of men. And robbers ply their calling in the sacred hills. The holy temple you have sold to thieves. Their dens are in the sacred places set apart for prayer. Hear, hear, you people of Jerusalem. Reform, turn from your evil ways, or Allah will turn from you. And a heathen from afar will come. And what is left of your honor and your fame will pass in one short hour. I want to talk about that 28. I had given you some things on that 28. Yes. I'm going to say this. When we get the money, we get real vain and weak. We get vain, boy. We get to the money, it's vain. We just think we better than everybody. But when we teaching these lessons, if we gonna tell it, we need to be living it. We shouldn't just be out here telling these lessons or teaching them. We should be living them and be the example.
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
just to worship with voice and lip, but to live Islam. Excuse me. I apologize. Did you say something? Oh,
I didn't.
So we can't just be around here worshiping, worship with voice and lip, but we ain't living what we talking about. We're really not.
Exactly.
We're not. We're out here playing. We out here playing with people and emotions and fit. We're doing all of that. So you're causing, you're worse than the lawyers, the scribes, and the doctors that are nothing but tumors on the state of the people. Islam, that's it. Because if you're around doing these things to one another, messing up your sister's head, whatever you call yourself doing, I'm not sure. But you got to live it. You got to stop just worshiping with lip in your voice because it sounds good. So when John went to the market, he pulled an old Canaanite trick. If you don't know what that old Canaanite trick is, the Canaanites went over to the side where Joshua was, but they was literally next door. I tell this story a lot. I'm not even going to say it's a story. We're just going to say it's recorded or, the Canaanites. It's an old Canaanite trick. Well, anyway, when you go into biblical text, you can see where the Canaanites came over to where Joshua was. But the Canaanites lived next door, but they were setting it up. And they were like, look, we need to go over there with our clothes messed up. We need to make these skin presses for this wine look rough and old and busting open. So they put on, like they tricked them.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, we came from afar. We are tired. We're hungry. Oh my goodness. We are getting kicked out, persecuted for everything we do. We need a place. And they went over there and that's how they got them. They appeared one way and they are actually someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So even when with us as Moorish Americans, we can appear one way, but actually someone else, because your actions, you're actually someone else. Your actions gonna tell who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You can appear one way. I can appear with this turban on. I can appear audience. I'm gonna put on an abaya. I can cover my face, just my eyes out. That means nothing. That don't mean nothing. Because who am I for real? That's a costume you put on. I guess that's why the prophet had a costume ball. He's like, you clowns. I don't mean it like that, but he's like, you clowns, go put these costumes on. Not to say that's what he said, but I'm just saying. Take your costume off. Stop with the costumes. Our honor and fame was gone in one short hour. When the heathen came, our honor and fame was gone in one short hour.
Wow. That's
where we find out about who Walter Plecker is, a lawyer, doctor, and scribe. That literally gave us, he took it in one short hour. Here's your birth certificate. 12 pilgrims came, 12 days of Christmas. The 12 pilgrims that came, them 12 heathens. That's where you get your 12 days of Christmas. My true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. We can keep going with that one. So during that time, that's where we lost our religious freedoms and privileges. Brother H. I want to talk about Brother H. And I wanted Vashira on here because there is a document that I read that was just, whoa, blew my mind. It was beautiful. It was about one of the elders. It did have reference to his story, but it was the way he was speaking in how all of us, we can be up here speaking and teaching these lessons. But have we sat down with any elder that was taught from that realm? My teacher was. His teacher was taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder, and Brother Prophet. Regardless of how you want to look at it, because Brother Prophet, he taught through the mail and at his house. So a lot of people don't even realize the work that he did and how beautiful it was, because these brothers had certain things where it was showing in this thing that it's about, oh man, I wish he was here so I could pull it up. But it's about is he Grand Sheikh Rasadi Il? It was like his story, but it was the way he said he had to go to Sunday school. He didn't have a pen, and they was like, well, how you come to Sunday school and you weren't prepared? And things like that. And that how he was taught. Like, if we're not being taught by these people, how do we really know? Are we just talking? Do we really know? I know some of us have had the opportunities to do that. That's why I'm so grateful for Brother John. I'm so grateful for my teacher, because he really gives me, he breaks it down to me. And it comes out of the Holy Temple of Science, because Brother H wanted to resurrect the Holy Temple of Science in the 80s. But it wasn't enough cleaned up Moors to say holy anything. Not cleaned up enough, not living the life as a Muslim. Just a pair of pants standing up with nothing in them. And my sis Jasmine said, boy, them things be starched too. They just standing there and ain't nothing in them. We ain't got no brothers standing in them. We ain't got no brothers really standing up like that. So there, we just got pants out here with nothing in them. So I want to say this. We as sisters, we have to assist our brothers in the toils of life. We do. But you know, we've come out of a lot of hurt and pain from brothers. Maybe not you personally, but brothers in general. And the beat up been real on us. It's kind of hard for us to just come out and trust. And then we want to trust and we want to give our all to a person. But it's kind of like we still getting played with. Our emotions, our energy, it gets played with because sometimes you don't even realize some people come to absorb energy from you. We are full
Mm-hmm.
of energy. We're the reason for the season. Period. We the reason you get here, you go. We're the reason. So I wanted to talk about Mary Magdalene a little bit. Because Mary Magdalene and what Joya just said about Mary, that the name. So when I looked up the name of Mary, Mary means Aboriginal woman. Elizabeth meant my God is an oath. And when I look at Ab, I look at Abraham, Abba, Father. I look at that as being connected to the Father and the Mother. So with Mary Magdalene, we know Jesus saved her from 7 sins. I always say, boy, Jesus of Nazareth, that's a bad brother. You know what I'm saying? He saved her from 7. Can you come save me from 1? Islam. Just kidding. Anyway, they were going to destroy Mary Magdalene. And I'm going to this because of this weakness thing that we all go through. So we'll look at each other and we may judge somebody, right? They was about to destroy Mary Magdalene. They was about to destroy us. I'm going to say us, the sisters. There was no love of her father to her mother. She didn't see that. So that's why she was the way she was. Because she was in search for this love that we want so bad. We want this love from our brothers so bad that she looked for it in all the wrong places. They used her up. She was thinking the man loved her. Jesus stopped the stoning because no one was without sin. They want to destroy humanity. They want to destroy the mothers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want to do. They want to get rid of the mothers. I don't, at the end of the day, whatever. I feel things happen in the way they did to save us, to save humanity. Because on the front of that circle 7, it don't have a sister lifting up a brother. It has a brother lifting up a sister.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So do we really know who's supposed to sit where and how things are supposed to be? Or are we just on these emotions? Because us as the Mary Magdalenes, if we don't see it loved in the proper way, we're going to look for that somewhere because we want that love. What'd you say, Joya? The love of your parents. To have that kind of love is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yes. I admire them a great deal.
And for sisters to want to be that for brothers, it's sad that brothers don't even acknowledge it. First thing they're going to acknowledge is anything on the material side, anything that is just for eye candy and it looks good and da-da-da. You can tell they walk behind a woman. It's the way they show up. But when you say good woman, quality woman, it's not many of those out there. We got a whole lot of other stuff going on. But the quality of what real women are. And Mary Magdalene, I'm sure, was a good woman. Just because maybe the things that she went through and the things that happened due to her circumstances.
She was a very spiritual woman, as well. And she was the first one to see the resurrected Christ. It was her.
It was her. Because who was there for him? Who was there with Jesus? It was only 2 people left.
Mm-hmm.
His woman and his wife. That's why there's 2 held their station. Because the other 5 fell. 2.
You said his mother and his wife?
Mary Magdalene. Yeah. I always say that's his wife.
Oh, his woman. You saying okay.
Yeah, his woman and his mother were the only 2 there for him. The energy of mama. Call it whatever you want to call it. They were there for him. No, but where was his homeboys? And that happens a lot. Where are your homeboys when you get in trouble? Usually nowhere. Everybody is saying, I called my mama first. I called my girl first. My girl, my mama, them the only 2 was there for me.
Yeah, they had given up. They were depressed, probably.
Who was depressed?
You said his homeboys. You said, where were they?
No, I'm saying they had your back before you got in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They had your back before you got up on that cross, supposedly. I'm just saying symbolically, because we put each other up on the cross all the time when we destroy each other. So I'm not talking
Mm-hmm.
physically put up on the cross, but you'll put your own brother and sister, your woman, your man on the cross. Because let them do us wrong, boy, y'all on the Crizzos.
Happens every day.
Every day. So I wanted to talk about us as Mary Magdalene and just the things we go through, because a lot of us may feel like her. Maybe you ain't lived that life and did all that she did, but she didn't see no love from a man to a woman. So she was searching for that. She wants to know what that felt like. Was that a real thing, or is that just stuff they talk about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She probably never thought in a million years that Jesus would be the one to come and save her from herself. That's why I'm so grateful for Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because he saved me from myself.
Mm.
Myself. He saved me from myself. Yes, Sister Joya. So, you have anything else to say before we close this meeting out?
No, ma'am. Thank you for asking.
Yes, of course. I always want your measure, because out of our Sunday school comes the guiders of the nation. So you got to use your 5 senses. Because you're.
Oh, you know what? I did have a correction to make about Mary. It was I got that bitter. It was a myrrh, essential myrrh tincture. So, and it tastes extremely bitter. And myrrh means bitter. And that's the herb that complements Mary. That's her herb.
Islam,
Yeah,
the
so it wasn't
mother.
her name. Thank you for that. I was like, well, where did I get that from? I had to go look it up real quick. It's myrrh.
Wow, that's deep. The myrrh.
So
And
I
I
used
got
to
the
put some of
frankincense
that.
and myrrh.
Mm.
Look, frankincense and myrrh right here in the bottle.
Yeah, the myrrh. Yep. And then there's the one, the Bach flower remedy, or the essence of that myrrh herb. I would put it under my tongue. It was very bitter, but it helped calm my central nervous system when I was in crisis.
Okay. There's
Very
a
bitter.
spray. I want to say this spray that I use daily, because it helps me be more not to be anxious and it's a bitter, but I spray
Mm-hmm.
it and I believe it has myrrh in it, because I could, now that you say that, I think that's what I be tasting. I'm like, ooh, my black seed
Mm-hmm.
oil. I'm like, black seed oil, myrrh.
Yep.
We put all the herbs. But as I was saying, Joya, because you're on here, and before we go, because you're a nurse, and we're gonna be going on Sheik Pennington Bay's platform next Sunday on education. And
Okay.
I just want to say, I want to ask you this: when it comes to people putting all these herbs and supplements in their body, I know Sister Isha always talks about it, but you can do that. But if you're not changing your thought process, if you're not changing the diet,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what supplement you put in your body, they may not do what they need to do. How do you feel about that? Because you do the herbs and the juicing and all that too, and plus you're a nurse and you take care of people.
I believe that's true. I've seen it because you set your own tone, your energetic grid based on your emotions. So if you're still wallowing in self-doubt, pity, depression, you could put anything. You could put a ray of sunshine up your butt. You're not gonna feel it. It's not gonna do anything, because it's like we say, it's the thought that caused it all. And you have to think yourself into good health and then do these other complementary things to help bring you out of that state. They're tools, but the cure and the answer is always within, I believe. Yeah.
Islam, that's beautiful, Joya. It is. The answer is within. So that's tapping within. So the thoughts are the cause of it all, y'all. The thoughts. Your thoughts cause it all, literally. Causes your destruction. It causes your enjoyment. Your thoughts start
Mm-hmm.
first. So the thought, that's why they say the sin is in the wish and the desire is not in the act. So it already started when you thought it. When you thought it, the sin started. Because it's gonna come into manifestation. That's how strong we are. And now even more, because we gonna have a show on that one too, about this, the ethers and the energy and the solar flares and all the things that people don't pay attention to, but that's still a part of who we are, especially as the mother. We
Yes,
feel
ma'am.
everything the earth goes through. If you brothers don't, I mean, that has nothing to do with us. But we do. We feel everything this earth goes through.
Mm-hmm.
It
We
goes on
do.
inside of us. So we do have a
Definitely, we
lot.
feel it.
Huh?
We definitely feel it.
Yeah. Because we're
Mhm.
feeling the time shifts. We're feeling that we're in different paradigms, aren't we? Like it's just every
Completely,
time I wake up,
complete
I'm like,
different shift.
huh?
I said it was a complete different shift this week. Well, last week, really, this
Yeah.
past week. So when those little shifts take place, we feel it first, like, something's up.
Yeah, exactly. For real, for real. Okay, Islam. I'm gonna read some words of the prophet. If you have to go, I understand. But if not,
All right, I'm gonna go off camera and
all
slide
right, my
out.
love.
Islam
Have
says.
a good day. I'll see you later. Islam, Islam. So we're gonna close out the meeting. I'm gonna read some of the words from the prophet before I close out this meeting because I want to try to make it to another meeting. Islam. Divine warning by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all Muslims, governors, ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work and in their homes or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple or the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the laws as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. Ordered by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam. The Moorish Science Temple of America. To the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Islam. This is the instruction from your holy prophet, Drew Ali. Be faithful unto your forefathers' divine and national creed, that you will be blessed for your good deeds, that you sow in the flesh. Allah is the one that judges the world, and his judgment is now on, but the weak can comprehend it not. The end of time is drawing near. So says Allah to his divine prophet, I, Noble Drew Ali. And that is why many hearts have been turned to stone, and many have eyes to see but cannot see, ears to hear but cannot hear, lest they would be confounded of their sins. These are the trying hours now, dear Moors, and every evil spirit is moving, and they are trying every weak mind to overthrow and drag out the true foundation that has been laid, and to cause confusion in the minds of the ones that do believe. But if you have the true love of Allah and the spirit of your forefathers and foremothers, I would say, you fear not what you hear or see, but will sacrifice the utmost of your life to protect your movement and your prophet. Watch your enemies, dear Moors. Your enemies are the ones that speak against your prophet and ridicule him to the very lowest, and to the ones that speak against your divine and national principles of your temple. Act accordingly, and Allah will bless you for your good work. Peace. Your divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Islam. So I always say, the prophet says, do you love me? Most will say yes. He says, well, act like it then. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5, Act 6, Act 7. Act like it then. Act like you love the prophet. Get out here and get the message out to all four corners of the world, because it's up to us. It's not up to anyone else. So, if you're looking to join a temple, if you want to learn more about my Moorish science and your nationality and your divine creed, You can always reach out and we can direct you to whoever is in your area, wherever you need to go. This is not a place where we are looking to like bring people in. We're not recruiting anyone. But if you just want to learn, because we're here to teach you. That's why Act 6 says we members. Wait, let me get it. The members, we are teaching our people their nationality and divine creed. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and parcel of this government and must live the life accordingly. The one thing I have to say this. So, why we teach nationality? Because each person needs a nationality card. And not just with your nationality card, but you need all your documents to have what that nationality is on there, that name. Your name should be on all your documents. Because if things were to pop off, if they were, I mean, you wouldn't be able to stay here if you don't have a nationality card. If you haven't properly done what you needed to do to put yourself in the correct status, then you can't be mad for somebody coming to remove whatever they might remove. So that's why we are teaching our people their nationality and divine creed, so that you may know that you are a part and parcel of this government and must live the life accordingly. So in teaching you this, we're helping bring our people back to the family and nations. And this is where we can, come together. We could come together. It doesn't have to be a separate thing. It doesn't have to be all of this chaos between one another. If we really follow Act 6, we'll learn how to love each other. If we really keep Act 6 where it should be, and we're really out here teaching, not beating, but teaching the people and meeting the people where they are, because everyone's not where you are. And I do apologize if I'm not able to keep it in a layman's term for people, but I'm doing my best and I'm working on that part, Islam. So I just wanted to say that. So now all meetings must be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Okay, we all stand as we recite our Moorish American prayer. We put up 5 fingers on the left with 2 on the right, with our heels touching one another, standing on our square. Repeat after me. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. Islam. Peace and love.
And he said many things, which I'm about to leave you with. And it was one that sticks out to me, actually. It's the sword is mightier than the pen.
Stand studio.